Welcome, beautiful yogis. Here we are. We're going to practice some gentle stretches, some restorative poses, some lovely breath practices, and even some Qigong massages. And all of these are about helping us sleep soundly, quickly, to get to sleep and then to stay asleep and to wake up feeling fabulous. So we're going to set up for the open book pose as our opening shape for today. So I know you are familiar with this. Put your two blocks under your bolster to prop it up. And then we have a blankie on each side. And we'll sit at the end of the bolster with the blankie on each side to catch your knees, your hips, your thighs, whichever part of your body lands first. So lying back, all the way along the midline, snuggle in, adjust your sacrum a little further away if that's more comfy. And as you find your midline and find the pages of your book left and right of your spinal column, close the eyes and take a moment to tune in. How is it now? What is here now? And whatever is showing up in your internal landscape, just welcome it. Let it be there. Nothing to struggle with or to fight with. Even if you've arrived to your yoga mat full of strong emotions about an event or something that happened earlier, let it be here. It is here to process. And the best way that we can begin that transformation, that shifting away from exhaustion and emotional distress, is by allowing it to be here, to acknowledge it, and to feel it fully. And letting all of these sensations, thoughts, feelings pass through you. As we now inhale deeply through the nose. Inhale in a way that you can feel your belly and your ribs fill with breath. Pause a moment, and then we'll blow it away through the pursed lips, exhaling mouth, smooth, long, completely out. Same again, nose inhale, feel that rising tide of your breath. All the way to the fullness moment, then the little pause, and then blowing your breath away. As you blow your breath away, let your arms and shoulders drop even more. Nose breath in. The little pause at the fullness, and then the pursed lips, letting the breath release away, smoothing the breath as best you can. We have 2 to go of these, breathing in nose. So the sensation not only of rising, but also filling your sides and your back body. The holding of the fullness and then blowing it away. And so make sure that you blow away smoothly and evenly till you reach the moment of no breath. When we inhale this way, one more time. And so now, as we allow the breath to take its own natural course, remembering that our group intention is to calm, to settle body, mind for a good night sleep, you might have an additional intention that you'd like to bring into your practice. So for a moment, breathe into your heart. And as you are connecting with the heart breath, deep, smoothly in and out of the heart, place your intention or prayer into the heart. Nice, everyone. Staying in this shape, now if your hips get tired, please feel free to slide your legs to straight. We're going to bring the palms together and rub them, generating some heat in the hands with the rubbing together, and then palming the eyes. So place your warm palms over your eyes. Let your eyes open to receive that warm energy from your hands. And then letting your eyes fall closed again, bring your finger pads to your hairline and begin to massage the hairline, beginning both hands at the middle, and then work your way, each hand moving outwards. And just little press and release through the finger pads. Go behind your ears. Behind the ears, little pressure and release. Come along to those two bones there behind the ears. Work your way inwards towards the medulla, that hollow at the base of the spine. Little massage there. Great, and now go back, same pathway, starting again at the middle of the hairline, and work your way a little outwards, staying in the interface of your face and hairline, and then behind the ears, and find those bones, and then go in the back of the neck. There's some soft places, and then find that hollow where you can place a couple of fingers of each hand into that little hollow. Lovely. Let's do that one more time. Start at the beginning and work your way around, perhaps going a little deeper into your scalp. Coming again behind the ears. Locate the two bones behind the ears, and then work your way into the medulla. Lovely, everyone. Good. So now bring your 10 fingertips to the scalp and just begin to cover more terrain on your scalp. Just letting all the finger pads and massage just lightly, not scratching, just a little pressure and release, pressure and release. Lovely, good. And now, take your arms straight up into the air, shake your hands out, loose shaking of the fingertips. Fill up with the breath as your arms reach long upwards. And then exhale, lower your arms back down to where they were when we began. At your sides, falling away. And take a moment now to inhale through your nose deeply. Full of breath, pause. 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 Blow the breath away slowly. Nice. We have a little more massaging, so please bring now your hands to your ears, beginning at the top of your ears. And we've got an index finger behind and a thumb on top, flattening the little curly ears, pinching your ears as you move your way up, around, and then down to the little fleshy part, and pinch and squeeze that. That's one time. We've got 2 to go. Begin again at the beginning. So there are so many nerve endings here in the ears, and the Chinese cosmology has found so many pressure points. Lovely. And we've got 1 to go. And just bringing this little massaging is really great for just calming our hot heads from so much thinking. Lovely, good. Now, final part of this, pop your index finger into the ear and then pull out quickly. See how that feels? Perhaps a little brighter in your audio channel. Let your arms again relax at the sides for the deep nose breath in. Full, full, full to pause and hold. Pause and hold. Something profound is happening, a deep absorption going on. Blow the breath away. Nose in, and this time nose out. And nose in, and out. Nice. So let's bring the hands now behind the knees and help the knees back in. If your legs were straight, bend the knees, feet flat, inch your feet to the edges of the mat and scooch slightly away from your bolster. And take your arms each side of the bolster, drop off as we tip the knees side to side. So go slow. You might still have some sensation from lying in the cobbler's pose. We just want to go very slowly to draw the knees in this counter pose manner. 1 knee at a time is dropping inwards. And you'll feel that around the hip, inseam, in the groin, just gentle. Lovely, everyone. Good. Let's roll off this setup to the side, move slowly. And as you come up, come either to a sitting position for cat-cow or hands and knees. So some of you don't want to be on the knees, just sit on a chair or on the ground on your pillow blanket. And we'll all go with the breath now, inhaling. Bring your chest forward, chin up a bit. As we exhale, we round the back, we draw the tail under, and we lower the chin. Slow movement with breath, inhaling. And exhaling into the rounding. And stay with this, become absorbed by the moving and the breathing. Very helpful to slow the breathing down. Two to go. And one more. Lovely. Good. We make our way now onto the back, so you can put the bolster to the side and the blocks to the side. And for now, your pillow blanket above your mat, and come to lying on your mat without a pillow blanket on your back. And snuggle your whole back into the mat and feel this landing moment. Your knees are bent, feet are flat. And put a little pressure on your feet, standing, as it were, on your feet to connect with the grounding force. Keep that little pressure in your feet as you now bring your arms a little closer to the body. And we could turn the palms down. Feet pressed down. Inhale, raise your hips up. Exhale, return to the ground. Now we want to go slowly with the breathing. Hands and feet can press to raise the hips slowly upwards on inhale and back down as you breathe out. And so this now, simple movement, is about doing it smoothly with smooth breathing. Smooth and slow. We have 2 to go. One more. Lift the hips for bridge pose and lower them down. Lovely. Now we're going again. Raise the hips, and this time your right arm as well. And look left as you stretch your right arm next to your head. Now smoothly return everything the length of the exhale. Hips, arm, head back to center. And we take the other side. Hips lift, left arm. Breathe its way up. Head turns away. Exhale. Breathe your way down. Exhaling, landing, and arriving at the end of the breath. Right arm, lift up. Turn the head away. Lower, exhale. Left arm. Lift your hips. Lower down. And we have one more each side. Up comes the right arm with the pelvis, with the hips. And returning. Lovely grounded feet, and lift off left arm and hips. And lower down all the way to rest now. Release, release the effort. Bring the pillow blanket under your head. And now draw the right knee in towards your chest. Hold it with both hands and just snuggle your lower back into the ground. And as you draw that right knee in, take your left leg, while breathing in, straight up into the air. And ready to exhale, circle your left foot in the air. Reverse that circling when you're ready to inhale. Flex the foot and then lower your left leg while exhaling. Slowly down, slowly down. Landing at the end of the breath, keep the firmness in your leg as we lift it up. One inhale. Slowly down on exhale. And one more time. Slowly up, left leg. Slowly down, left leg. Great. Now bring the left leg back up so we can bend the knee and wrap the hands around the left knee. Inhaling now, take your right leg straight up. Circle the right foot in the air, exhaling. Reverse that right foot circling, inhaling. Flexed foot, whole leg goes down. Right leg lowering as you exhale. And so as we continue this, know that your attention matters, that your full absorption in this movement is a vital part of the practice. We have one more time to raise that left leg, keeping it firmed up and lower. Sorry, it's the right leg. Right leg back down. And then we raise the right leg to bend the knee and place a hand on each kneecap and circle them away from each other now. Away, and then back together, and then together towards. Away, back together, and towards your torso. One more time in this direction. Nice. Reverse. Push away. Widen out. And return close together. Close in. Twice more. And once more. Nice. And let your feet come to the mat. Feel the landing. And now let your left leg slide out straight. Flex the foot. And we're going to tip the right knee out for supine tree pose. So if you like a block under your right knee, put it there. As that knee rests out to the right. Your left leg is vigorous. Raise your left arm in line with the left leg. And now as we stretch this left side of the body, the right knee is resting out to the right. Feeling your breath. 2 more breaths. And we'll let the left arm come back. And bring your right knee up. Place your right foot on top of your left thigh. Relax that left leg so it can roll now towards the left, bringing your right foot and knee along. Lower body is relaxed. So the knee is not trying to reach the ground. We're just looking for a little rolling of the hips and feeling that in the lower back, opening into the right chest as that arm and shoulder stay at ease. 2 more breaths here. Nice, everyone. bring your right knee back, put the foot flat, slide your left foot beside it, and just lift and lower to locate again the midline. And now please slide your right leg straight, vigorously so. We're going to tip the left knee out to the left for tree pose. The foot makes contact with the or a straight leg. Right arm in line with the right leg, so it's overhead. And now create this charge, this lengthening through the right side, which we hold as we breathe. Consciously in, consciously out. There's a relaxation on out, but we're keeping the vigor in the right side. One more. Great. Bring your right arm down, relax your right leg as we lift the left knee and pop that foot, left foot on top of your right thigh, roll towards your right. Leave your left arm behind. Your right hand could rest on that knee. Remember, we're not trying to get to the ground with the knee. But there's a lovely stretch across the lower back here, across your sacral area. And that stretch moves up your side ribs to your left chest and shoulder. Receive all of that as you breathe consciously. So there's something quite wonderful to come back into the body after a busy day of thinking and doing. Come onto your back, both feet flat, knees are bent. Find the midline. Great, now bring your palms down near your hips and take both feet off the mat. Inhale the both legs straight up. Flex your feet, hold your breath. Exhaling, bend the knees and let your feet hang. And as we did, inhaling, extend your legs. Flex the feet, hold the breath. Exhaling, bend the knees and let your feet flop. As we did, inhale, extend, flex the feet as we suspend breathing a moment. Exhaling, bend the knees. Lovely. So you can keep going like this, or we could add the arms. If you feel you need the hands to protect your back, keep them there. Otherwise, we'll inhale the arms and the legs. Flexed feet, stretched arms, wide fingers, hold the breath. Exhale, bring everything back to our starting point, softening the palms and the toes. Inhale, extend arms and legs, flexed feet, spreading fingers, vigorous arms, suspend the breath. Exhaling, bring it all back, feet hanging in the flopped position, shoulders soften. Inhale, extend, stretch, flex, pause the breath, and exhale, return. One more time. Extend, breathe in. Hold the stretch and the vigor through the toes and the fingers. Exhaling, release, let the hands land and let your feet also land all the way down to the ground. Lovely. Right ankle across left thigh. Hold left thigh with hands. Flex right foot. and draw everything close to your trunk. Make sure that your sacrum remains level, so you're not tipping one way or the other. Try to stay in the midline. Left leg now straightens to flex left foot. Pause the breath. Exhale, return the left foot to the flop hanging position. The right foot stays flexed throughout this. Inhale, left leg, stretch, flex. Exhale, return, relaxed left foot. One more time. Lovely, and release. Hands, both feet land. Feel the landing. Second side, left ankle across the right thigh. Bring it in, hold the right thigh. Find your optimal middle place. Left foot is flexed. Feel the sensations as you draw your thigh closer to your chest. Great, and then we'll pulse that right leg. Straightening it, inhale, flexed foot, little pause. Bend, exhaling, release the right foot. Left foot stays flexed, 2 to go. Stretch and flex, pause the breath. Exhale, release, flop the right foot. One more time, extend. Flex, pause the full breath. And exhaling, release, both feet to the ground. And this time wide feet, knees leaning in, arms wide out. And pause a moment just to feel the support of the ground, this constancy of the breath. It's just always there. And if we don't remember to breathe in, it's just going to happen all by itself. Nice, everyone. So let's grab the strap. We've got one more on the back here. Grab your strap and bring it round both feet. Place both legs into the air. And have your legs close together. Keep the sacrum on the mat. And have plenty of strap that you can let your shoulders relax down. So shoulders are not hunched or lifted. And notice where you feel this the most. Two more breaths. Good, and so now release the strap enough to take wide legs. As wide as feels doable today. Make sure that you are equally left and right at the midline with your legs. And when you've found your place that you can just be, come back to your breath. Just long, slow breaths, no pauses. One more. Nice. Draw your legs back together. Bend the knees, take the strap off. And now let's come on up to a seated position. As we'll now do a few seated forward bends. So I'm going to sit this way on a folded blanket with the strap nearby, with the right leg extended, the left knee bent. So I have a little arthritis in my knee, so it helps to have a support there for the knee. So any little issue in your knee, you can use a block. Good, so lasso the leg, the straight leg, and sit upright as you can. And as we did a moment ago on the back, we're here just to feel the breath. Lovely. And so now this inhale is a lengthening vigorously up the midline inhale, and then come forward. And so let your heart lead the way, not your chin nor your rounding. Just let your heart lead the way. And maybe your hands want to walk up a little bit towards your feet. And stay here to feel your breath. A little deeper into this forward bend. Hamstring stretch, soother and calming mind. And inhaling, come all the way up. You drop your strap. You can walk, press up your leg, and bring your left knee up. And we'll take a twist. So step your left foot to flat, inside or outside of your knee, and draw your spine up the midline. And now your left hand supports this pose, and the right hand or elbow hugs that knee into the midline so that we can really rotate towards the left. Feel your breathing. Turn as far as you can to the left with your head. And then turn your face the other way, keeping the shoulder drawn back. Feel your breathing. One more breath. Good, and then gently unwind and straighten out that left leg. Bend your right knee out to the right. Support it with a prop if you like. Renew your sitting bones. Reach for the strap for an upright spine, nice and tall, and just this inward attention to the stretch, to the breath. Good, and so now we'll lift up on inhale, hinge a little forward on exhale, adjust your hands on the strap. And remember, it's the heart that leads, not the chin, not the head. And breathe here. And so we can begin to lengthen the exhalation. Lovely. Letting go your strap, walk your hands up the leg to come back to upright and bring your wide knee up to tall, flat, inside or outside of your straight leg. Grow your spine tall. Use your right hand to support the uprightness, and then left hand or left elbow around the right knee. Grow tall and rotate. Keep lengthening up, turning towards your right with your ribs and shoulders, and then turn your head to the left. And stay in this very upright, spiraling spine with the breath that integrates it all. Exhale and release. Winding your way back to face your both legs straight out. Sit bones drawing back. Strap again in both hands. Starting with the upright spine, breathing in. Heart leading, breathing out. Lift the heart again, breathe in. And maybe come forward a little bit more. So we're trying to keep a nice straight back. So there will be a little bit of rounding. This is mainly about the stretch in your lower back, your hips, and the back of the legs. It is a place where tightness sets in very quickly. The tightness happens unconsciously. And it happens when we find ourselves in a struggle to do something, to understand something, or an emotional struggle. Body unconsciously tenses. So now we are consciously releasing those tensions. Can you do 2 more very long exhales? You inhale, penetrating your back. Good, and then walk your hands up the legs to return to the vertical place and to come into cobbler's pose. So bend your knees, bring the soles of the feet together, sit upright again, and then we're coming forward again. Come forward, hands holding your feet, lifting your heart with each inhale and bringing your heart further forward with the exhale. And so now the back starts to take the shape more rounded, more like a tortoise. As we fold in this way, to relax, to breathe. Two more long exhalations. her hands slowly. On an inhale, as you get there, make your way up. All the way up to help your knees back in together, to separate your feet, and use the hands behind to tip your knees side to side. Lovely. Great. So the next pose is going to be an elevated legs pose. So we could do that against a wall, or you could do it with the bolster underneath your hips. So I think you know how to do this. Take that pillow blanket, place it at the top of your mat. Now, if you've got a lovely wall, you could totally lie against it and put your legs up the wall, or use your bolster in this way. Oh yes, the blocks, if you're using the mat, will be very nice at the foot of the mat. We lie back and raise the hips, put the bolster there, and snuggle your upper back comfy into the ground as well as your arms. And then bring your legs into the air. Now, if you've chosen to go against the wall, your legs will be hanging into the wall. And if they are just suspended into the air, have them very relaxed. Close your eyes now and feel this inversion in your body. What can you feel that's different? It's not a riddle, it's simply an invitation to tend the more subtle places. Tuning into those. And now the invitation to double the length of your exhale. So if you're inhaling for 4, exhale for 8. If you're inhaling for 5, exhale for 10. We'll do that for a few cycles on our own. Two more cycles of your breath in this elevated legs position. Nice. So gently bend your knees. Hug them in if you're at the wall. Let them land if you're on your mat. Remove the bolster, push it down so it will be under your legs, and lower your sacrum down to the mat. And then counterpose by drawing both knees in, widening the knees, bending the knees, and then reaching for your feet or your ankles for a happy baby. You might rock a little, get the sacrum completely in the middle. And then let your legs slide out, and of course there's that pillow that you can just pull under your head. And we find ourselves now all propped up symmetrically for our final relaxation, where we get to surrender the body completely to the mat. And as you settle, making sure that you're completely supported and comfortable, bring your awareness to the very top of your head. We're simply moving awareness, bringing it now to your forehead, over your eyes, over your face, ears, back of the head, back of the neck. Awareness to the tip of the nose, mouth, chin. And just this warm, comforting energy now around your throat, your collarbones, your arms, shoulders. As those lovely, comfy blankie was being placed over your body, and you could feel it over your chest and your belly. And the little weight of the blankie over your pelvis and hips. And how it warms and settles the legs, knees, your calves, your ankles. And then how your feet are covered with this warm, settling, grounding energy. And so that it's as though we've drawn away from the head, into the body, and down to the feet, and down to the hands. Where we can rest and be breathed. So when we get so quiet, we need very little breath. And it's simply a noticing, not a practicing. Just noticing what kind of breathing is happening. And bringing your awareness now to your heart and the breath at your heart, coming back to the heart breath, deepening it. Gratitude at the heart, gratitude for this practice that will help support sleep and your personal intention you might have had at the beginning. Gratitude to know it is already so. And we'll gently begin to rub the thumb over the finger pads and wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. And bend your knees to roll over onto one side. And we'll complete our practice seated. So lovely to do a little bedtime yoga with you. Thank you so much for coming. Sleep well and namaste.